Father God, I'd like to thank you for this word, Father, that you are going to speak. And Father, I ask that I would decrease and that you would increase and that your spirit would overtake me and speak what you want to be spoken. Father, there are many people, Father, who are losing their souls and losing their lives, trapped in darkness and wickedness and evil, Father. I ask you, Father, to forgive them and to help them, Father, and break the powers of darkness off their minds and their hearts, Father, in Yeshua's name. So be it. Today I want to talk about something that the Spirit has been speaking to me about, the truth and the fact of worshiping God for real. See, what we think we can do, we think we can worship God how we want to. We think we can make up stuff like we want to. I'm talking to everybody right now. I'm talking to street people, preachers, and everybody. Somehow we all think we got God in some kind of box that we can contain him and we can make him feel like we feel. Let me tell you this. God has been touched by our infirmities. He knows what we feel. But God wants you to know that he is God. He is creator. He don't need your help. He don't need your comments. What he needs you to do is know him and learn of him and let him guide you and let him be with you and let him walk you away from wickedness and evil. And I want to show this to people because somehow I'm watching all over, not just in Memphis. I'm talking about in all these cities, all these places where these so-called street people are doing whatever and cover up their tracks when they do evil and think they're going to get away. Not just them. You know, I'm talking about governments too. You think these people gonna get away who done kill millions and millions of people? No. They got to go face the Creator. See, in Enoch, the book of Enoch talks about those that didn't get judgment in this lifetime, right? The judgment is coming to them. We might think these rich elite are getting away, think they're doing what they're doing, but see, Satan got them fooled too. Satan ain't showing them the end. See, the end game is the lake of fire. That's what Yahweh is trying to save us from, the lake of fire. And all these people running around here pulling these guns and shooting people for whatever reason you think you had a right to take life. Governments think so. Religions think so. Streets think so. You know, I was a fool at one time to think some crazy stuff. You have no right. You can't give nobody life. You can't give nobody no spirit. You can't give nobody no form. It's only through the grace and mercy of God that he had made it where male and female get together to bring through creation. And that's the way he made it, because he made it that way. He said it that way. And it's still only his divine miracle that it happens that way, because he created it that way. But you know what we want to do? We want to serve God, do God how we want to do God. Like right now, we're getting ready for all these fake holidays, these fake traditions, all these things that have nothing to do with. People say they worshiping Jesus, but Jesus did not celebrate none of these things that people are celebrating. And then, you know, it used to be a saying that they had, what would Jesus do? If everybody would stop, I'm talking about police officers, I'm talking about street people, politicians, I'm talking about CIA, FBI, I'm talking about everybody, senators, government, president, if they would really look at what would Jesus do, most of them would know they ain't doing nothing that he would do. I'm talking about Yeshua, the real Messiah. I'm not talking about the one they done painted, the one they done put in Hollywood. I'm talking about the real Messiah, the real one who's trying to bring you out of what you are in. Well, we're going to get into the scriptures in St. John, the 4th chapter, verse 23. Read.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him.
So who desires for this to be this way? The Creator, the Father. See, the problem is we forgot about it. See, because this is his desire. His desire is for you to worship him in the spirit. In whose spirit? Not your spirit. But see, what he's trying to say about, he's talking about him getting in your spirit so that you would know him, that you would have fellowship with him. That's the spirit he's talking about, right, coming in you. So that you would know him and he will reveal the truth. And that's how it's revealed. Ain't no truth in these holidays. I'm going to tell you, if you go research who was born on December the 25th, you'll start worshiping it. If you figure out why they celebrate. People get mad at me. Why they celebrate Thanksgiving? Talking about they were friends with the Indians. They slaughtered 50,000 Indians, and then they ate some of the Indians and had mad celebrations of feasts for killing them and taking their land. And we want to talk about make America great, get America back to God. America never been with God. America been with so many other gods that it don't even make no sense. I was sitting there listening to the scripture, and the scripture was talking about in Deuteronomy and showing how that God gave these heathen generations, or what we call, gave them over to these lesser gods, these smaller Elohim. It's things in the Bible. That's why you need to know God and have His Spirit so that you will know the truth. Because there's things in the Bible that He says and things and beings that He are talking to. Most of these deities that these people are worshiping now, these deities are fallen angels manifesting themselves to God. And God have given these people over. Do you know what He did? God took Abraham to pull out to make His own people to worship Him, to set them so that every nation of the planet Earth would see who the real true creator was. And guess what His children did? His children rebelled, Judah and Israel, till they got cast all out among spread all over the earth, till they're serving gods that they don't even know. Most black people don't even know that they are actually from the house of Judah and from the house of Israel, from the 12 tribes. They don't even know they're blinded. We've been lied to for so long. We've been taught we this, we've been taught we that. But we're actually descendants of these people, of the Hebrew people who were given the law, who were given the oracle law. You know what oracle mean? Meaning it was spoken, and Moses them written it down from when Yahweh spoke to them. And when Yahweh spoke to them, He wanted them to teach others about it, by them living and being the example and being the keepers of the law. Instead of doing it, guess what they did? They wanted to be just like the rest of the nations. They want to be just like the rest of the heathen. And so he let that happen to them. They was cast into isolation in Babylon, Egypt, everywhere that you see them. And now where we are at now, we're killing each other, we're murdering each other, we're doing all these things. Why? Because we justify, because I'm this gang, I'm this religion, I'm this, I'm that. And all the time it's foolishness. Because the biggest thing that is hidden from mankind is this right here. Who are you really worshiping? Who are you really celebrating? What law are you really honoring? Most people are honoring the law of the land. And the law of the land goes against the law of God. Because the law of the land says you can do this and you can do that and you do that. Then they got stipulation. All these street organizations got their laws. But I'm telling you, the law, the Spirit warned me. Judgment is coming. Judgment is coming, and judgment is going to be just. How is it going to be just? Because He's going to meet it out just the way you have and just what you done. See, I keep telling people, the spiritual law cannot be changed. It cannot be altered. The only thing that helps you with the spiritual law is Yeshua, the sacrifice of the blood and the body. That's the only thing that keeps you from the spiritual law. I'm talking about dropping down on you and destroying you, because the spiritual law said, whatever a man sow, that's whatever he do, think, say, or whatever kind of actions that he put out are the actions he gonna be giving back. However, how can you judge when you know you messed up, when you know you got the wrong thought? So I ain't here to judge nobody, but I'm telling people, you cannot keep doing evil and looking for some good to come out of. People do evil and then they try to cover up their tracks and do some more evil, right? Because they don't want man to find out. Because they don't want the stipulations of man. All these tough people, all these street people out here tough, but they scared of man's law, ain't it? They scared of going to prison. They scared of doing time. And then what they do, they try to cover their tracks, right? If it means destroying somebody else. I'm telling you, the love of God has left from people. And this is what we must realize. There's enough church stuff going on. There's enough religious stuff going on. I'm talking about real relationship. That's what we need. We don't need no more police. We need people who are really filled with the Spirit of God, who are really worshiping God in spirit and truth. Go to the next part of this scripture, 24, what it says.
Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship Him in spirit and in truth.
Must. See the word must? See, when it says Yahweh is the Spirit. He created all spiritual beings. He created all principalities, all thrones, all power. I think that's in Psalms 84 or 82 where he said that Yahweh stayed in the mix in the congregation of the God and judge among the gods, the little Elohim. He is talking about these other spiritual beings. See, we've been lied to. We've been fooled. We've been tricked. These spiritual beings touch down. And it's in every culture, in the Indians, in the Aztecs, and everybody talks about these spiritual beings that touch down on these mountains. It's talking about the same story, the same episode in Greek, the Greek god that came down, and the Titans. This stuff is not fake. They want you to believe it. And all of the technology now is coming from stuff out of the Kabbalah. People don't even want to believe it. All of this technology and stuff, this sign, all this sign is mixed with sorcery. And it's opening the gateway to these fallen angels. These fallen angels are ministering and talking to people and giving them this technology to make them think. And it's the same lie that the serpent said in the garden. Same story. Yahweh don't want you to do this because you'll be like him. Mankind, we were created in the likeness and image of Yahweh. The reason why we're not like that is because we don't have his spirit. And we don't want to worship him in spirit. We don't want to worship him in truth. We'll worship him the way the Baptists say. We'll worship him the way the Muslims say. We'll worship him the way the Jews say. We'll worship him the way the streets say. We'll worship him the way we feel. But he wants you to worship him in spirit, and in his truth. And when you do that, I'm telling you, a manifestation, a change will happen within you first. And when that change happens within you, it can change others. That's how we're going to stop this stuff. We're not going to be able to stop this stuff with guns and more violence. You know what guns and more violence bring? More violence. He said, if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. So all you street people, you better be ready. You living by that sword, you're going to die by that sword. And I'm telling people, God is not Ma. He's not a man that he would lie. See, whatsoever a man sows, he's going to get that back in return. I'm telling people, you might get away with something right now. You might get away with it in man's eyesight, but you don't get away from it in God's eyesight. And the devil showed, he going to bring that back up. He surely going to bring that back up. And that's what giving the devil opportunity in people's lives because they keep on doing things, then trying to cover, instead of confessing their sin. And the only person you want to confess your sin to is Yahweh Elohim, because he the one paid the price. He sent his word to come and manifest in flesh for his righteousness' sake, for his name's sake, to redeem you, to save you. Just like he did with Noah. He saved Noah. He did. And the same thing he's trying to do now, because we in a time just like Noah. And we don't even know it. Where they're poisoning the water. They're poisoning the food. They got black people out. I can't understand our people. I mean, we have been through so much. It's almost 400 years that we've been in bondage here. And we're putting ourselves in more bondage through the music, through the things we do, through the things we say about our women, through the things we do to each other. And then we want to plumb back into white man. The reason why he's there like that is because our ancestors who had the living truth of the word decide that they didn't want to do it, they didn't want to upheld it. And so I'm telling you, this is the warning that's going out. Judgment starts in the house of Yah first. You want to know why the situation going on with you? Look at Yah house. I'm talking to you, black man, black woman. You Yah house. But you decided to defile his house. Do what you want to do. Serve what God you want to serve. Serve what system you want to serve. That's why he said this word, those that are called by his name, if they will humble themselves, fast and repent, and turn from their wicked way, then will he hear from heaven and heal their land. If you want your lands healed, the people who are called by his name, and this is a big generation of people, and they don't even know it. They blinded. They've been serving other gods, false gods and demons, sorcery, and all type of wickedness and evil. And this is the people he is crying out to. And they're not even studying. Because you know what? Most people don't care nothing about none of this stuff until some tragedy hit. Then they want to holler out. But I'm telling you, we cannot keep defiling his name. We cannot keep doing evil. We cannot keep doing these things. Somebody got to stand up for righteousness' sake. See, to be righteous has nothing to do with you. It has to do with his spirit, his word. Allow him to teach you. See, if you think about all the people he would have chose, Moses, David was not chose by the people. Look at what was chose by the people. Saul, King Saul. And Yahweh said, I'm going to give them a king out of their own heart. And what are you going to do? Tax them. Take from them. Take their daughter. Take their land. I don't want a king out of my heart. I want a king out of Yahweh's heart. I want Yahweh's spirit. I want Yahweh's truth. I done came too far. I'm tired of seeing wickedness rule in people and taking over when we got a God that is powerful and mighty. Our God is not moved by what's going on planet Earth. He already know what's going on. He already know the God of this world. See, the God of this world got most of everybody blinded. People asking, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Where is God? Well, the God of this world is ruling. And guess who let him in? Adam let him in, and then we continue to keep him in. This is the one thing that I learned about Yahweh. He never changes his mind. He gave us dominion over this place. This is why these evil spirits need us to think the way and do the things that we do, because our actions are allowing them to rule and have rulership over our descendants and over this earth. They hate us because Yah gave us this earth to enjoy. He did. We don't enjoy it because of sin and because of death. Death wasn't in this earth at first. Animals didn't eat other animals. Animals didn't do the things that they did. When sin came into the earth, it corrupted everything. And they done found out in the DNA, it's proven. Our DNA has been so corrupted to where I'm talking about each year they found out something else is wrong with our DNA. And that happened from that sin in and in. We want to change the community. We want to change the neighborhood. Learn to worship the Father in spirit and truth. And it'll break the strongholds off of your life. That's what we need. That's what we need in Memphis, Chicago. That's what we need around the world. We need worshipers in the spirit and the truth. And that's what we need. We need for people who want to put down evil, put down wickedness, stop being murderers and lie. See, you got to be disobedient to be a murderer. You got to be disobedient to be a liar. You got to be disobedient to be a fornicator. Because we will always want to talk about sin. But here goes sin, disobedient. Because the Father said that we must worship him in spirit and truth. And Father, right now I'm praying for anybody that's hearing this word, Father. I don't care where they are at. I don't care what they are going through, Father, that you are created. And you send Yeshua. You send Yeshua for forgiveness of sin. You send Yeshua to break the powers of darkness. Now break the powers of darkness off their hearts, off their mind. And Father, let your spirit be within them and lead them and guide them and show them the truth, Father, where they are at, Father. And this is the change that we need, Father, in Yeshua's name. So be it.